Okay, so I had an idea and I tried it out and I think it worked pretty neat. And so I wanted to show you how I did it. You can probably guess pretty easily, but anyway, and there's a strong possibility that it's been done by someone else before, but I don't remember seeing anybody do it yet. And the lighting is bad, I know, but I can't really do anything about that. And the book is big, so that's also a problem. But anyway, so what I did is that I used these aquarelle anyway, these watercolor crayons, and I just did some random color. I started with a bit of this red, and of course you just put it on. You just do your random colors, and well, they're not random exactly. I had a plan, but anyway, and then you just, so anyway, you just cover your page with your watercolor crayon. I'll be back when I'm done. Okay, so I'm just putting the last color on here. I like to mix the yellow with that green because in my opinion, it makes a nicer green. I'm not a fan of green, and so I mean, of course, some things need it, like grass and leaves and plants and stuff. But anyway, anyway, okay. So next, I laid down the stencil that I chose. Now this is, what is this? Because I know people often want to know. It's a Crafter's Workshop. So yeah, I just put the stencil down, and I used my baby wipe. Okay, and it's a little bit dry, so I'm just gonna spray it now. I'm gonna spray it off camera because I don't want it to go on where I don't want it on the page. So yeah, you just spray your baby wipe and then you can use it again. Okay, and so I just kind of wrapped it around my finger, and I just went around each part of the stencil with my baby wipe. Now I made it a bit more wet than on the other side here for this one, but anyway, there you go. I find that if it's a bit drier, it works better, and I find that it shows up better on the darker color, which makes sense. But anyway, I kind of like it. So I'll finish doing this side, and I'll show you. Now, yeah, I've got it a bit too wet here, so it's probably gonna, okay, it's not too bad, but I made it a little bit too wet this time. So yeah, if you do it just kind of a bit more than damp, but not too much, I think is best for this. So anyway, yeah, I just wanted to share this idea in case it inspires somebody to have some fun and try it out and create some pretty things. I think this makes a pretty neat background for this is my art journal, and I have an entry in mind, and I needed this base. So yeah, like I said, I'll be back once I've got this finished. Okay, a couple of things I forgot to mention is that if you don't want your colors to mix, then simply, of course, you just choose a spot on your baby wipe that doesn't have anything on it, and then you don't mix your colors. And the other thing was that you wanna take your time with this, and you wanna kind of hold your stencil down pretty good so that it doesn't move and stuff. I'm very bad at things like that. I always move it when I'm trying to trace something or whatever. I've never been good at that, but anyway, yeah, if you hold it down and take your time and go bit by bit, you'll do fine. I'm sure you know that already, but if you're like if you're really a beginner at art stuff, then maybe you don't, because there are some things that I still consider myself quite new at in the art world, and some basics for people who've been doing it for a long time. They're not basics for me, so I don't really know those things. So anyway, yeah. Okay, so now I'm going to reset the stencil because it's yeah, it wasn't long enough. But as you can see, it does a pretty neat thing. Now, if your next layer is going to be a wet medium, then you're probably going to activate the watercolors. So yeah, just be aware of that. But yeah, and I was also thinking while I was doing this to show you that if you don't have a baby wipe, I'm sure that a paper towel will work just as well. And so I'm going to test that theory right now, just to see. So I'll spray my paper towel a little bit. Just mist it a bit. Yeah, I think that's enough. And try. Okay, so yeah, a paper towel might not work as well because it's not strong enough, I guess. But like an old rag or something will work. Yeah, I'm gonna go back to my baby wipe. So this little bit here at the end is a bit harder because it's as you can see, it kind of, or can you see? Yeah, you can't really see. It's kind of falling off the edge of the page here, so it's not working too well. But anyway, you can still do it. Okay, and the other cool thing about this is that you don't have to clean your stencil when you're done, because it doesn't really do anything to it. That's pretty cool. Anyway, I hope that this inspired you to give it a try and have some fun with it. Yeah, I'm gonna go finish this journal entry.